Well, to do a review of the newspapers, and Adria Boys here, good morning to you.
Good
I love
morning.
this outfit, it's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's Adria Boys signature right here.
Yeah. Very colorful European design, very British.
But can I first of all acknowledge Woodine for the fabric?
Yeah,
because I guess the beauty is also because of the fabric.
Yeah.
So fabric by Woodine, design absolutely definitely by Adria Bois Clothing. You can check her out. She's on Instagram and Facebook as well. And make sure you go to the Woodine stores. It's scattered all over, and grab a fabric for yourself. Yeah. So thanks to Woodine.
Yeah. So we have to do the newspapers.
We do.
So stats for us. All
right. So we begin with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Front page of the paper. This is what has caught my attention. Exam malpractices. 3,479 face WAEC to assist in investigations. Develop single SIM card for all mobile money wallets. That's according to Vice President, who is on the front page of the paper. There's a picture of him pressing a remote control to launch the mobile money interoperability phase 2. Picture by Ebo Gorman on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. There you have it. Government to construct 10 coastal fishing harbors next year. Supreme Court dismisses writ on creation of new regions. AU's tougher regime on non-payments of dues to address financial woes is also another story. It's part of the African news on the front page of the paper. Squeezed there on the front page. But back page is some sports. Rehabilitation of rail lines progressing, according to Information Minister. Okay, how is this necessarily related to sports? Because it says back page sports. Safe home for gender-based violence victims. Also another story on the back page of the paper. Let's see, center spread. Well, essentially, it's just expanding on the stories, the headlines we have on the front page of the paper. So I guess that'll be it for what is making headlines by way of what is on the front and back page, the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Roland will do the daily guide.
Okay, so I'll do the daily guide. It has on the front page, Supreme Court OK 6 regions in 7-0 unanimous ruling. We have MPP Monzi Jakun. Let's document our stories, according to Nana Konedu Ajiman Rawlings. And just been reading snippets of the book, content of the book on the online portals, and it's quite interesting. If I lay a hand on one, I'll read it feverishly. We have striking teachers cry over pay. Those are the stories we have. But let's look at the center spread, whether we can have some stories there. So center spread, we have King Promise cancels store over passports brouhaha. That's the Daily Guide newspaper. Teachers must be paid better than musicians, than MPs. Okay, that's according to musician Vicky Bracco. And Vanessa Jan embarks on maternal health campaign. So we have other stories there. Okay, all right.
Let's follow that up with the Daily Graphic. Yep. All right. Daily Graphic newspaper front page. It's like a family reunion. President inaugurates JB Dankwa Memorial Center in Chibi. There's a picture of Osajifo Amoitio Foripenyi welcoming President Akufo-Addo in a handshake. You see that on the front page of the paper. It's on your screen now. And so he's welcoming him to the JB Dankwa Memorial Center in Chibi. Picture by Samuel Tay Adano. Daily Graphic. Also, Supreme Court dismisses suit over voters in proposed regions. No. Supreme Court dismisses suits. Only voters in proposed regions will vote in referendum. It looks like we've settled this one, unless there will be an attempt to have a review. But this was a unanimous decision.
Yeah.
TIN no longer prerequisite for business registration. And Yoko grills cryptocurrency directors over 135 million Ghana cedis customers cash. Let's turn our attention to the back page now. Work on Kojo Krom Takwa rail line nears completion. GRA seizes liquor without tax stamps from hotels. And yesterday, was it yesterday or two days ago? I think it was yesterday. It was almost as if the rumor was that they were shutting down some hotels, but apparently it was to confiscate, if you like, products that didn't have the tax stamp on them. Center spread, VIP launches second phase of mobile money interoperability. The full story is in the center spread. Remembrance service held for Emmanuel Chiramating Ejako is also in the center spread of the paper. So I guess that will be it for the Daily Graphic newspaper. We've got the Daily Dispatch. Roland will go through the Dispatch.
Yeah, so I'll go through the Dispatch. You have on the front page the Daily Dispatch newspaper. Kunedu laughs off talk of Zenato as a possible running mate. We have JDM's running mate has to be an Akan else. And then we have South African court awards Senpa $62.7 million to complete project. And then we have, by popular request, breakdown of ethnic group in all regions, 2000 to 2010 census, and government not being truthful about Dumsor, former energy minister, and the Supreme Court rules on the creation of new regions. It was unanimous. We've already told you about that. But Mamavi, you want to have a pick?
I've got the Finder. We have Business Finder.
Okay.
Yeah, so Business Finder newspaper. It's just the final turn in business on Thursdays. $235 million for 10 London sites, coastal towns in Central Volta, Western, Greater Accra to benefit. Also, on mobile money, no more constraints in transactions across platforms. So essentially, these are the two key stories on the front page of the Business Finder newspaper. Let's see how we dig into some of the stories. I have the Daily Graphic newspaper. I'll just go to page 3. This issue on voters in proposed regions, only them voting in the referendum, the Supreme Court, this decision, perhaps ending everything else that some people had to say. But the Supreme Court has dismissed a suit challenging the planned referendum only in areas earmarked for the creation of 6 new regions slated for December 27, 2 days after Christmas. In a unanimous decision yesterday, a 7-member panel of the court held that the plaintiffs did not present a genuine case for constitutional interpretation and therefore had failed to properly invoke the original interpretative jurisdiction of the court. The court's jurisdiction had not been properly invoked, and accordingly the case is dismissed. That was the decision, the holding in this case. The judgment was read by Professor Justice Ni Ashikote, while Justice Sophia Adenira presided over the panel. Other members of the panel, Justices Jones Doche, Enim Yeboah, Samuel Kemafu, Sao Agnes, M. Doji, and Nene A. Amegache. So you can read on. The referendum challenge the creation of new regions. No ambiguity. Did not understand. The paper is essentially breaking down the court's decision. It's on the entire page 3 page. You can take your time and read it, especially if you've been holding a different view, so you can understand. Even though this is not the decision itself, in terms of if you want to read the arguments that were presented, then I guess you have to go to the courts. But story by Emmanuel Hoxing is in the on page 3. It settles.
Yeah, I think from all the curiosity and the arguments that have been raised in relation to who should be part of a referendum, etc. Now we need to have all that to stop. Yeah. Because now it's been indicated
that there was no ambiguity. There was nothing
not
to
at all.
interpret.
Because the Constitution really, if you read the Constitution, says that the Commission that has been given the authority to do what it has to do in relation to how the referendum is conducted in the regions are composited or constituted, need to determine who will be part of the referendum. Yeah. And they have adequately done so based on precedent, we're told. And there should be no ambiguity about it.
All right, hopefully this settles it.
It will.
All right, let's go to page 16. This tin that won't go away, it's a tin now. It says tax identification number would no longer be a prerequisite for the upfront registration of a business beginning from January 2019, according to the Registrar General, Mrs. Jemima Owari. Rather, she said the provision of a digital address would become the new requirement for the registration of businesses. And there's a quote attributed to her. She says this is because the global positioning system will indicate to metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies where businesses are located so that local government officials can follow up and give businesses operating licenses. I want to state that beginning next year, only foreigners will require a TIN to register their businesses because our digital platform is being fused with that of the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Social Security and National Insurance Trusts, and Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies. All right, there's more to what she said in the Daily Graphic newspaper that you can check out.
Well, the argument has always been, and for some people, is that we need to do the synchronization of all the platforms because it looks like everybody is collecting data. And I think that the argument still holds. SNIT is collecting data, National Health Insurance Authority is collecting data because they deal with mass populations. And then also now we have TIN being collected by the Ghana Revenue Authority. Whilst the master data platform would have been the National Identification Authority's data it's collecting for Ghana Card. So that when you click the platform, you will have the various sections that will be indicating whether you've had an altercation with the police before, your level of...
You're even going further.
No, but in elsewhere in the developer, that's what it is.
I know, but
and then
I told you we're
your tax
special case.
Your tax compliance.
We've always been
your
a special
geographical
case.
location, your geographical location, how you could be reached, etc. So that if it's a national ambulance service and they need to come and locate your home, once you place the call, straight away they come. They just log on to the platform and they come to your home. They will ask you, of course, where you live, but then they'll use the Ghana Card platform to do the verification, to verify and authenticate that where we're going is the right place.
And the GPS system will
exactly,
just lead them to
exactly. And then you can't even run away from the time you are born or you're registered. If you've had a police case before with the Legon police, then they'll get to know that the next time you have it with Ashama or maybe somewhere else at Bodrasi, they know that this guy has had cases before. So then he has a record of known to be infringing the law,
That's
etc.
a fantastic dream. How close are we to...
we're not close to the thing because now we're told that, you know, the first time they went to Adenta, they registered about 140,000 in excess. Now we're told that they have to go back and do mop-up. So it means... Oh,
still in Adenta. I thought they were extended the time.
Well,
they just,
because was it Monday also? I read that they have to go back and do some mop-up there, some kind of mop-up or something of the sort. So it means that the thoroughness of the activity in itself has been called into question. More so, we're already lagging behind as far as the schedule is concerned. The master schedule that was given to us by the national identification.
We put the schedule somewhere else because of all the challenges.
Yeah.
So
and I think that it's not helping because the vice president says that we're going to do this, and I don't know how we can do that without these platforms. And that's even going to help us so that the Mason somewhere we'll get to know that maybe the Mason lives somewhere at Pram Pram, hasn't paid a tax or maybe doesn't have it, you know, so...
We just need to be effective. I don't know. But there's something else that there's something else that was said by Mrs. Jemima Owari. She said that, and he gave a hint. She gave a hint that the current Companies Act 1963 will be replaced with a new one by the end of this year. Okay, so I guess that will be it for the Daily Graphic.
Yeah, okay.
Oh no, let's go to page 46. Right. I beg you, because there's this issue of some persons dealing in cryptocurrency and Iyoko drilling. So the Economic and Organized Crime Office has grilled the two directors of Global Coin Community Help for allegedly swindling more than 110,000 customers of their deposits to the tune of 135 million Ghana cedis in cryptocurrency syndicates. The two directors, Kweku Damatekumi and David Opate, were released on bail by the state investigative body after several hours of interrogation last Tuesday. And the director of Iyoko confirmed the arrest of the two in an interview with the Daily Graphic on Tuesday after the paper had broken the story. So This is a quote attributed to the executive director. He said, we get a fresh list of depositors who have been swindled one way or the other every day. And so far, the 110 figure is likely to go up by the end of the week. And the amount of deposits would likely go up. There are several other syndicates of this type we have arrested, and they're being questioned. And very soon they will be arranged. So Mr. Amwa disclosing this. There's a pressure group, chairman of one such pressure group, Makafui Sabwebe, pleaded for legal assistance from the Attorney General to help them retrieve their deposits. So Roland, we've talked about, and I remember us discussing cryptocurrency, and I thought we were only educating because the conversation about cryptocurrency was widely elsewhere. And I thought, oh, let's just tell our audience, let's get people to educate. But I didn't know people were actually trading and doing business and allowing other people.
Well, people are doing business in it, but
in
because
cryptocurrency,
yeah, because
in Ghana,
because elsewhere in the world, it's a form of medium of exchange.
I know.
Now,
but I thought it was
this
just...
company in particular is called the initial company. The initial announcement was made that it was being investigated alongside Men's Gold. Was it Men's Gold? Yeah. GCCH. You remember? They're called GCCH. They were not initially trading
Global
in crypto.
Coin Community
They were
Help.
not initially trading in cryptocurrency. They were doing hard cash. If you take the money, they were paying 27% per month. That's 200, and by the 10th month, you would have getting 270%. Yes.
For real?
Yeah, for real. No, at the end of the day, they were giving that money in cash. They were not putting it. Then they ran into problems because they were robbing Peter to pay Paul. So at the end of the day, people lost a lot of money. So then they decided to do the transition to crypto. But worldwide, even the value of crypto has reduced tremendously.
Yeah, but I thought it was a big joke. People saying, "Oh, you can do business for someone and they will pay you in crypto."
It's not a big joke. No, it's done. It's done elsewhere.
And I
Even in
remember
Ghana,
there was a
even
talk
in Ghana,
about, can you use crypto to physically buy something?
Yeah, you can use it.
In Ghana? We've gotten so sophisticated
Well, it
already.
depends. It's not formalized. But in some quarters, yes, people who trade in it, and if the one who is retailing the good or service trades in crypto, will accept it as a form of exchange. Okay,
maybe my understanding is only because I've been very traditional. I mean, you can't get me to make an investment in something like this. I simply really don't understand.
Because you're risk averse.
So you know how we say when you said a 27%, I kind of just opened my mouth.
Yeah.
So, you know how we've said some of these people have been greedy and that they should have known? Yeah. Okay, so Makafui, who is part of the pressure group who wants his money back, is responding to that. Let me just read what he says in the paper. He says, we're not lazy, neither are we greedy. We are hardworking Ghanaians who saw an investment opportunity and decided to invest. That, he said, had wider implications for the economy and therefore called on the relevant state agencies to support them to retrieve their deposits. So this is almost like a Men's Gold situation here.
And I don't know whether we can play some of the Men's Gold inserts. And if we watch some of the inserts, it will tell you how people risked. And I'm sure that maybe the director will get us the inserts. And Nancy spoke to a couple of them. You get to know how people risk. People putting some whopping sums. Yeah. And I'm told about some prominent man who has about 4 million, in some of these things. I don't know which of them it is, whether it's Men's Gold or GCH or whatever it is. So if we can get that insert.
Well, maybe not exactly now. But we're told that this activity is similar to Bitcoin trade, which is now widespread and popular in the country, despite several warnings by the Bank of Ghana and other regulatory agencies. The Bitcoin or cryptocurrency platform serves as a medium of exchange created and stored electronically in the blockchain using encryption techniques to control the creation of monetary units and to verify the transfer of funds. I mean, I can never understand how this works.
Oh, it works well.
For Gates.
It works perfectly.
Really?
It's cool.
I want to see my hard cash.
Oh, please.
Not something.
I think that is because maybe you're very conservative. Yes.
I am, and I like it that way.
Yeah,
I think it works.
I mean, there are people
for
like
me.
you in the segment of the market, so that's okay.
We like our traditional whatever. So on the back page, no, Roland, let me leave you. Any other stories of interest?
No, I just wanted to commend the government for now getting all this. Okay, now let's call for the men's gold thing.
As in, I listened to some of them speak to Nancy?
Yeah, so you, yeah.
We customers are very aggressive, and this demonstration is never going to be the end. 2 weeks to come, we are still going to embark on another demonstration, and we are going to petition. We are going to petition all the embassies, and the online registration or online platform for whatever the thing they are doing. We are going to kick against it. We want to see them paying. We are not more in any 15%, and we need our money. We need our money. Our hard-earned investment is with them. People are dying. People are sick, and they can't afford to pay medical bills. It is time we start kicking against men's gold. Initially, we were very loyal to them because we thought that what happened, we were going to consider them, and now we cannot more afford it.
Okay, so basically, as you are saying that over 1 million customers, nobody has been paid.
Even if they pay, if men's gold over 1 million customers, even if men's gold paid 10% of the 1 million customers, they haven't done anything to warrant any celebration.
So you'll be speaking to the sports. Let me speak to a few of you. Come closer to me. You two, how have you been affected by this non-payment of a dividend and also your principal?
It affected me really because, madam, as I'm standing here now, my children's school fees has not been paid. They have been sacked my children from school. My children's school fees has not been paid. My mother is sick. I don't have money to buy her medicine. So, madam, as I'm standing here, I'm very, 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 very serious. I want the government to intervene and force Nana Apia Mesa to pay us back our hard-earned principal. Thank you.
Okay, so I want to speak to a few of you. How long have you been investing with Men's Gold also?
Yeah, I started my own 7 months ago.
How much did you invest?
I invested 160,000 Ghana cedis. Yes.
So how are you surviving? I want to suspect that a lot of your monies have gone into this.
Yes.
So how are you surviving?
You know, I do this to help my family. And right now, you know, I don't have anything again. Even I can't pay school fees. So I'm appealing to the president to intervene because no money, no peace.
If they say we are greedy, where was the government? It was Jackie Apia, Shatawale, Becca. They were the people standing behind NAM1 to advertise for NAM1 for his good hope. So they should come out and say that yes, if it was a good thing, they were in support. So if now that the thing is gone bad, they should come and talk to NAM1 so that he will pay us our money.
Yeah, I didn't do any of the endorsement. No, why they didn't call me. But it's sad because people are in real crisis.
Yeah.
There
are other people who
there was this woman there in the inside, the one we showed in the news. She had invested 400,000.
Charlie, most of these amounts I haven't even seen some
don't
before.
worry, it's normal. Like... You see it in the budget all the time. It's normal.
Okay, let's finish off the Ghanaian Times. There's a story in the center spread. 3,479 face WAEC to assist in investigations. So this number, the persons were allegedly involved in examination irregularities, and they've started appearing before the West African Examination Council to defend themselves. They are part of a total of 26,434 candidates whose results were withheld by WAEC when the council released the results of the examination in July this year. The students from 19 senior high schools were summoned by the council as part of processes to complete investigations into the allegations. You can read the rest of the story. Let's quickly do myjoyonline.com before we make way for sports on myjoyonline.com. Here we go, Roland.
Yeah, so we have a couple of stories there. I take the blame. Amawu apologizes to Ghanaians for 2-week power cuts. I think it's stopped now.
This a surprise, like the tone of this
from the press conference.
Yes,
yeah. It's true.
But I've got just one piece of advice. Can they just script what they communicate? You know, I'm just saying. Okay, let's move on.
Ajay. Next one. Ghana takes steps to establish one-stop center for abused persons. We have energy debt huge, but not cause of intermittent outages. So this one is doom. So the other one, during the John Mahama time, that's doom cry.
Listen, you don't even say that. Don't even say that.
But that's
people
what he said.
Are experiencing something. Acknowledge it. If there are issues, you tell us the ones that you want to tell us, because we know that by all means you won't even tell us the entire truth. So tell us what you want to tell us. Explain it to us in a way that we can understand. But stop comparing doom cry and doom saw. What's the difference?
Doom saw is intermittent.
What's the difference?
Doom saw is intermittent. And doom cry is
masa. That's non-fa.
Do you know what?
It's non-fa.
If we had schedule,
non-fa.
If we have schedule, we'll go to doom cry, and they don't want to go to doom cry.
But you see, the point is that sometimes when our ministers, some of them, when they speak, they sound as though they are speaking to NDC people. I tell you what, it's not the entire country that is NDC.
Yeah.
Stop communicating.
NDC got how many percent of the vote? 44%.
Stop talking to your opposition and speak to citizens.
Yes, true.
You know, when you want to speak to your opposition, do it when it has to do with politics, not what affects our everyday lives.
My friend in the UK, Kwejo, to form me, good morning to you, Ben. He said that since he went to the UK 12 years ago, he's never had power cut.
5-minute power cut in the UK is breaking news.
Hey, UK.
Yeah.
Ghana.
Let's finish off. Just stop speaking to opposition and speak to citizens.
You know, our ministers today visit UK rough.
Roland.
But they will still do power cuts. Anyway, so we have people are obsessed with a very large cow called Knickers. And I'm told it's in Australia. It's the height of a human being. Becca fires back at critics after following everyone but her husband on Instagram. Okay. Hey, sorry. Becca has grown heirs. BOG vows to protect data of mobile money users. Yo. Let's move on. CTAG members angry over salary freeze, boycott all government negotiations. And I don't know, it looks like sometimes government is too hard in negotiation. You know, government is no more in opposition. You know, when you're in government, you have to be reconciliatory in your tone. That's every time you're hard.
We've got many more stories on myjoyonline.com that you can make time and, you know, visit the page. But let's finish off, Roland, with the BBC.
Yeah, it says turning the world's junk into robots.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's what we call innovation, yeah?
Yeah. Using peace and etc. to do robots. I see a black man, so it means that it to be an African country.
There's an interesting story of Nigerian media launching anti-fake news
Let's go
sites.
up. It says Nigerian media launch anti-fake news site. And as for marijuana, the bagana Africa's marijuana pioneer aims to cash in. Lesotho aims to make money from medicinal marijuana, but the illicit trade already provides an income for some. That's okay.
That's what some people are pushing for.
Media bagana makoko just voter region honum. Yeah.
Okay, if any of the stories are of interest, you can check it out. This is the main BBC page. The other one was the Africa page.
Yeah.
Senate moves to end support for Yemen
quite
war.
Interesting.
It's a blow to Donald Trump from senators angry at his response to the killing of Jamal Khashoggi. Okay, so right after the headlines, we'll bring you some sport news. Philippine police guilty of drug war murder. Why is the Taj Mahal crumbling is a question you can read on. Mel B on abusive relationship. She used to be a member of the Spice Girls. Yeah. She spoke to Woman's Hour about her new book, Brutally Honest. All right, we'll bring you some sports right after the headlines. Liverpool, are they making it or not? Is it going to be same as last season, even though that was more painful, if you like, because it was the finals. But that's it for the review. Stay with us. Benedict and Selwyn will come up with some Champions League results and where we're headed, if you like. But we haven't talked about the Africa, the Women Cup.
Yeah.
The Africa Women.
The latest.
Yeah, I mean, after Ghana
I think
got knocked out.
They're going. Yes.
South Africa, Nigeria.
Yes.
South Africa, Nigeria.
That'll be final,
on Saturday, exactly. But they also qualify to the World Cup.
And then there will be a playoff for the third position.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so I have some people asking for my hair. You can call S Nash, and I'm just going to give her number real quick, so you can give her a call. 0244 524 151. 0244 524 151. That's S Nash. She did my hair, so just let her know that you want some of my hair. Thanks for being with us for this segment. We'll bring you sport right after this.